Acts chapter 26. Yeah. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, Thou art permitted to speak for thyself. Then Paul stretched forth the hand and answered for himself. I think myself happy. Do I need to adjust this any? Yeah. No, I guess not. Let me just make sure. Yeah. King Agrippa, because I shall answer for myself this day before thee touching all the things whereof I am accused of the Jews. Especially because I know thee to be expert in all customs and questions, which are among the Jews, wherefore I beseech thee to hear me patiently. My manner of life from my youth, which was at the first among mine own nation at Jerusalem, know all the Jews, which knew me from the beginning, if they would testify, that after the most straitest sect of our religion I lived a Pharisee. And now I stand and am judged for the hope of the promise made of God unto our fathers, unto which promise our 12 tribes instantly served God day and night, hope to come, from which hope's sake, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews. Why should it be thought a thing incredible with you that God could or should raise the dead? I verily thought with myself that I ought to do many things contrary to the name of Jesus of Nazareth. Oh, which thing I also did in Jerusalem, and many of the saints did I shut up in prison, having received authority from the chief priests. And when they were put to death, I gave my voice against them. Oh, and I punished them oft in every synagogue and compelled them to blaspheme. And being exceedingly mad against them, I persecuted them even unto strange cities. Whereupon, as I went to Damascus with authority and commission from the chief priest, at midday, O king, I saw in the way a light of heaven above the brightness of the sun, shining round about me and them which journeyed with me. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me, and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And I said, Who art thou, Lord? And he said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. But rise and stand upon thy feet, for I have appeared unto thee for this purpose, to make thee a minister and a witness both of these things, which thou hast seen, and of those things in the which I will appear unto thee. Delivering thee from the people and from the Gentiles, unto whom now I send thee, to open their eyes and turn them from darkness to light, and from the power of Satan unto God, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and inheritance among them which are sanctified by faith that is in me. Now it's real good that Saul, yes, he had all this authority from the chief priest to go about persecuting the Christians of that day. Yes, and he compelled them to blaspheme, and being exceedingly mad against them. Yes, he made them deny their faith. Yes. But Jesus appeared in a very bright light. Yes. A light from heaven above the brightness of the sun shining around him. Yeah. And them which journeyed with them, with Saul. Yes. Then he asked him, "Why are you kicking the pricks?" Now, Jesus had decided that Saul was going to do some things for him. He was going to send him to the Gentiles to open their eyes. Yeah. And to turn them from darkness to light, and from the power of Satan unto God. Now, let's say you're one of these that does worship Satan, and your thought was, well, Paul can't do anything. There's no possible way that I could open your eyes today. to the reality of Christianity. Now, let's say you sew the electric grid in. Yeah, you have a large lizard underneath a strip club, a gentleman's club, or any other location. Yes. Where individuals use their sexual nerve endings, yes, to satisfy their hedonistic wants of pleasure. And you got paid to manufacture what looks like men and women, yes, that happen to be very large penised, yes, or large breasted. Oh, now, my concern is that somebody's been manufacturing what looks like employees of the government of this nation and other nations. Oh, and through that manufacturing of the look-alike, they could have been manufacturing what looks like, yes, strippers, oh, Chippendales, both men and women, as well as individuals in the employment of various locations where you receive compensation to remove your clothing. Now, let's say you're in organized crime. You're Italian. Yes. You're Jewish. You're Irish. You have a certain family, yes, that has been involved in both legal and not legal actual professions. Your thought is it's not prostitution. No, in my family, we pay for sex. You're in one of these that does deal, yes, in large amounts of narcotics or any other product that causes a mutating effect. When I look through the actual ownership of these various locations where you can receive compensation,